Hi, my name is Arturo, and this is my project for consciousness, and my subtopic is sleep and dreaming. The topics presented today would be consciousness, sleeping, and dreaming. Outside of the lecture notes, I found that how the brain creates awareness, why humans dream, how consciousness changes during sleep. My inspiration for this deeper research was I want to know how the body functions when we aren't aware of what is going on and what goes on in the human body. Current research on consciousness focus on understanding how the brain creates awareness, thoughts, and emotions. Scientists use brain imaging technology to study which areas of the brain are active when people are conscious or asleep. Researchers are also investigating how consciousness develops, how it changes in different states, and whether it can be fully explained by brain activity. While many discoveries have been made, consciousness remains one of the most complex and least understood topics in psychology and neuroscience. Sleep and dreaming are closely connected to consciousness because they show how the mind works in different states of awareness. While sleeping, the brain is still active and processes memories, emotions, and information from the day. Dreaming demonstrates that consciousness can continue even when a person is sleeping. This helps researchers understand how the brain creates thoughts, experiences, and self-awareness. In the article, The Relationship Between Dreaming and Autonomatic Consciousness, the neurocognitive theory of dreaming gains an explanatory power by drawing upon the multi-state hierarchical model of consciousness by G. William Domhoff. The research currently being done is figuring out if dreaming is just a random brain activity during sleep, or is it a structured form of spontaneous thought generated by specific brain networks like the default mode network. The importance of this research helps scientists understand what consciousness is and how the brain produces it during sleep and dreaming. In the article, The Neuroelectric Alignment of Dreaming, the Sleep-Dream State Frequencies of Consciousness by Pedro J.F. talks about a research focus on dreaming, sleep stages, and consciousness. Scientists are also studying the brain's electrical activity during sleep to understand how dreams work and how they have an effect on sleep disorders, and what it may reveal about human consciousness. This research is important because it helps explain how different stages of sleep produce different forms of dreaming and consciousness. Understanding these connections can improve knowledge of brain function, sleep disorders, and the nature of human consciousness. The career options in this field would be clinical psychologists, neuropsychologists, sleep psychologists, neuroscientists, and etc. The requirements for this field are a bachelor's degree in psychology, master's degree, PhD, or medical degree. Something that can get you interested in this field would be the meaning of sleep research, consciousness, understanding how the brain, behavior, sleep, and awareness are connected, and how it can be used to improve human health. The two modalities in psychology related to consciousness, sleep, and dreaming are cognitive neuroscience and clinical psychology. My opinion, I agree with the understanding of both of these modalities because I think that human sleep and dreaming has a big role to play with mental health within humans. I wouldn't want to make any changes to these topics as far as I would want to know what causes us to dream different things while sleeping. Society. Within society, this topic is important because it is how people directly think, feel, function, and stay mentally healthy. An example character would be Hamlet from Shakespeare. Hamlet reflects on dreams and sleep as symbols of consciousness. His thoughts show how dreaming relates to awareness and mental health. And for mainstream, a big discussion is how sleep affects mental health. People often talk about insomnia, stress, and anxiety, especially with school, work, and social media use. Contemporary relevance. Today, sleep problems are increasingly common, especially with teens and young adults. A use of phones and social media has been linked to disrupt sleep cycles and reduce REM sleep. Because of this, researchers are studying how technology affects brain activity during sleep. It is prevalent in education and workplaces, since sleep directly affects memory, decision-making, safety, and performance. As society becomes more fast-paced, understanding sleep and consciousness is becoming increasingly important for maintaining both mental and physical health. These are two videos for more info about these topics. The first one would talk about what would happen if we didn't sleep, and the second one would be about the functions of sleeping and the malfunctions.